All right, coming up next, all the way from Oshkosh, please keep it going for Nick Brandel.
I live in Oshkosh now. Originally, I'm not from Dundee, but I'm from a place like it, Manitowoc. Very similar, just 1,000% more murders in Manitowoc. In case you haven't watched the Netflix special. Don't. We are an awful, awful people. Anybody here have kids? Good. All right. Anybody here an environmentalist? No? Okay. This is going to go over very, very well then. I found out that those two things are indeed mutually exclusive. You cannot have kids and be an environmentalist at the same time, because kids are the biggest waste of resources that we know. If you ever live next to someone who has like 3 kids, age 5 and under, they are praying they can make it through the week and not fill up their dumpster to put outside every week, because it's just filled with like shitty diapers and things that the kids have broken, and the shoes that the kids have grown out of in 7 days somehow. These kids are growing way too fast. I'm the opposite of that. I'm a single guy, 40, never been married, no kids. And how many of you have had your garbage man knock on your door for a welfare check? That's happened to me. That happened last summer. I got back from golfing, and all of a sudden there was a knock on the door, and I opened, and there's a sanitation man there, and he's like, "Oh, do you live here?" I said, "I hope so." Yeah, I do. He's like, "Oh, we just wanted to check because you haven't had garbage out for like 3 weeks. We wanted to make sure." I'm like, "Aren't there other people employed by the city that should be conducting welfare checks on me other than a garbage man?" And he's like, "Well, we're just kind of worried about you." And I'm like, "Well, I don't have much garbage. I recycle a lot. I have compost back there. I don't have any kids." It's like, "All right, well, next week, will you have something?" And I'm only about 2/3 full right now. I can put it out there for you if you're going to feel better about it. And also, they're picky eaters. You ever seen a kid eat? They're like sociopaths, aren't they? Like, you ever seen a kid eat a chicken nugget? They'll like peel the breading off of it for some reason and then set it to the side, and they won't eat that part. But they'll eat. I've seen a kid eat a fry, half of a fry lengthwise. I don't know how they do that, but it's like half of the fries left right there. They're just little sociopaths that are walking around screwing up the environment. And the other thing with kids, you have kids, you get all these benefits. All these benefits people get. You have a kid, government, here's $500. Good job. Just because your boys can swim. Congratulations. Just give me $20. I'm totally fine with it. And 6 weeks of like maternity leave. I work at a public high school. A friend of mine, a co-worker, had a kid. She was gone for 6 weeks. And then her husband, after that 6 weeks, he took 6 weeks. Fucking 12 weeks of baby vacation they freaking get. Unbelievable. I'm like, I want 2. Just give me 2 weeks for like not having a kid and ruining the environment. Anytime we get a kid born, we get this email. They don't send them to me anymore, but it's like, "Oh, welcome to the West family. Newborn, 7 pound, 8 blah, 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 Braley, spelled with like 2 Y's and a GH at the end, because we can't spell names to them anymore." And I always go, "Oh, look at that. Another little insurance sucker right there, taking all of our money." Because I go to the doctor once a year for a physical that's paid for by our insurance people so that we stay healthy. And like, if they have the first kid especially, if that baby sneezes, they just throw that kid to the emergency room and say, just take it. We're already at our deductible, just spend away any test that you could possibly get. Or like, if they drop a pacifier on the floor, what do? Oh my God. We have to boil that and actually just throw it away. They have like a vacuum sealed new one that they pop open, they give to a kid. I grew up on a farm. I was the 3rd kid. If they dropped my pacifier and it ended up in like cow shit, they'd just be like, "You'll be fine. The other 2 made it." Kids. I hate kids. Don't have sex. Anyone? That's like job security for me, because I'm a teacher. I don't want that anymore. I want our school population to go down at this point, because I have to deal with them on a daily basis. Like, I have a cold now. I substituted for summer school on Monday because a friend of mine needed some help, and the only reason I did that is described as a pornographic amount of money to do this. And they stuck me with the sick kid. And I eventually, that's another thing. If you have kids, like, if they're sick, keep them home. Just keep them home. Everyone else is going to get sick. They have no immunity whatsoever. And don't be like, oh, when I was a kid, you know, we had 104-degree fever and we're bleeding from our ears. They'd send us to school because we were tough. Yeah, also, you know what, when I was a kid, we sold arms to Iran, okay? We did that. That's what and I would just do like fake wars with them, is what we're doing. For you youngsters, look it up. In the 1970s, the late 1970s, Iran held hostages from then in the 80s, there was this big Nicaragua. Look it up, it's great. It's a movie. It's called Argo. And Affleck directed it. Enough about kids. I'm going to perk things up a little bit and talk to you about death. Because when I was a kid, I grew up on a farm, like I said, very conservative family, but my family, my parents, what I loved about them was they let me figure things out for myself. Like, when a kid asks why, what does a parent usually answer with? Because I said so. And as a kid, you're like, oh, okay, that sounds good. But I would always want an answer for everything. And it would be, well, why? And they'd say, well, figure it out for yourself. So I would question things. And I started questioning things at a very early, I think it started when Uncle Mark came by and said, oh, got your nose. And I'm like, you clearly don't have my nose. I can look down, I can see it right there. I can touch it, it's still right there. Your thumb is in between your index finger and your middle finger, which I can see right now. So no, Uncle Mark, I'm not gonna participate in your ruse in any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna retire to the living room with volume N of the World Book Encyclopedia, and I'm gonna learn things at this point. The next step was religion classes. Anyone have to go to religion classes? Yeah, those were great, weren't they? I would always question them, and these, at the Catholic Church, they don't like you questioning things. Because the first thing I did was, okay, you were up there for 45 minutes, let me summarize what you just said. All of this, one dude, 6 days? Really? And then on the 7th day, he rested. But on that day, we have to go celebrate him and waste time watching football pregame? This is bullshit, all right? I don't believe you, all right? I'm gonna go with Mr. Hawking over there in the wheelchair and say this just exploded, all right? Everything just boomed at that point. But the thing I hated was funerals. I had 4 funerals in 10 days in April this year. And and I hate funerals. Funerals are the dumbest thing we do as a society, in my opinion. If you would ever have like an alien come down and you try to explain funerals to him, what we do, they would be flabbergasted. You'd be like, well, here's Aunt Muriel right here. There's her corpse. She's dead now. Well, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to look at her. We're going to put some makeup on her, a dress that she likes, and then we're going to throw her in that box over there. We're going to ship the box to a building where people are going to gather tomorrow. They're going to be dressed up in all their fineries, which means if you're from Manitowoc, your best pair of blue jeans and a Kyle Busch t-shirt. And then everyone's going to walk by the corpse and look at it, and then go by the family and hug them and shake their hands and say loosely the same thing. And if you're lucky, you'll have a very, very, very artistic cousin who will take pictures of Aunt Muriel and put them in a collage so you can see her life. Wow, and the adults are just going to do this? Oh no, bring the kiddies. Nothing better for a 6-year-old than to see a corpse in a box. It will develop many questions that you will not be able to answer. That seems like a lot to go through. We're not done yet. Tomorrow we're going to take that box and we're going to wheel it to another bigger, older building. And it's going to be a weird old guy in a costume, and he's going to read from this book. And he's going to tell us all these things about how Aunt Muriel lived and remind us that one day we are going to die as well. People are going to sit in very uncomfortable wooden benches. They're going to stand, they're going to sit, they're going to kneel. They're going to do that about 25 times, and then they're going to sing some songs that loosely rhyme. Okay. And after that, that's it. Nope, we are going to wheel that box with Aunt Muriel's corpse out of here. We're going to put it in a large car, and then we're going to drive to a predestined location that can only be described as prime real estate. And we're going to dig a 6-foot hole. Everyone's going to gather around, and the old man in the weird costume is going to talk to us again about heaven and the creations and how Aunt Muriel lived, and remind us all, once again, we will die someday. Then we'll lower Aunt Muriel into the ground. We'll put the dirt over her. Keep in mind, there's all sorts of other of these areas around here here where other people are buried in the ground so that this prime real estate can never be used again for anything useful in society. We're going to put a rock in front of it too, with Aunt Muriel's name and some dates. They can put some etchings in there. She was a cross stitcher, so we'll put some needles in there and everything will be good. Wow, that seems like an awful lot for someone that's dead. Is there anything else that you guys do? Yes. Sometimes we burn them and put them in a jar to put next to our television. All right, that's my time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Keep it going for Nick Brandle here. Come on. All right, you ready for the next comic?